New COVID fines for Victoria. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because we're going to discuss the new fines that are being implemented in Victoria with regards to COVID. You know, just the small businesses that have been struggling in Victoria, I'm sure this is exactly what they need. You know, complacent Victorian businesses face on-the-spot fines for not using the QR check-in, everyone. You have to comply. Have to force people to check in, track everyone's movement. Because that's what's caused all these issues in Victoria, not the government incompetence. Not Labour hiring people based on racial preferences. No, not at all. Let's keep this in perspective, though. Okay? Whenever we discuss this illness, people are going to be scared. And, well, the last death we've had in Australia was on the 19th of October 2020, according to this. That's good. Look how long that's been. That's been months, everyone. Months. More than half a year. You can look at the number of people that have recovered. 19,699 in Victoria. They're not listing how many in New South Wales, but it's nearly 5,500 that have recovered if you take the deaths off. Queensland, 1,560 people. West Australia, 993 have recovered. South Australia, 717. Tasmania, 221. Northern Territory, 163 have recovered. And the ACT, 121. Most people are recovering from this. Don't let the fear get to you. There are a lot of people that will get very scared. You can see that with how compliant they are, how they're reacting. Because the media plays it up. Because fear sells, fear gets the clicks, fear gets the views. That's just how it is. So whenever we look at this, we need to have a sensible perspective. If we're looking at this, I bet you there'll be calls to open up the borders. There are going to be people wanting to flood into Australia because of how well we've managed to ride out this pandemic. Wonder what that's going to do with the property sector. But, you know, that's another topic. So let's have a look at this article, because I'm sure these Victorian businesses are loving this. A new $1,652 on-the-spot fine for businesses and venues not using QR codes is designed to end a worrying trend of complacency, the Victorian Government says. Well, people are going to get complacent. People are over it. Okay? It's a pain. Do you bother checking in? Do you have to? I mean, come on. The fine for repeated breaches of the orders of the Chief Health Officer is $9,913, and businesses may be prosecuted in court. That's exactly what they need. After all the damage you've done to businesses. Fantastic move, Victorians. Threaten them. Unelected health officials. A recent blitz during April found 37% of the 4,000 businesses checked in Melbourne and regional Victoria were found to be not complying with the QR code check-in rules. Around 165 enforcement notices were issued during the safety campaign. Ja, das ist was ist ein Safety Campaign. Wo sind deine Papieren? Papieren bitte, jetzt! And 300 businesses were given verbal warnings for not using QR codes, having no COVID safety plan, or not displaying signs about density quotients. QR codes allow contact tracers to quickly and easily trace anyone who went to an exposure site. It's essential every Victorian checks in when visiting a business to help contact tracers quickly find those who could be at risk of exposure, said Danny Pearson, the acting Minister for Police. An Indian restaurant in Melbourne CBD was one such exposure site after genomic testing confirmed a Woolworth man was infected in hotel quarantine in South Australia last week. The restaurant manager estimated there were between 28 and 40 people in the premises that night, but health officials said there were far fewer names on their QR code list. I wonder why that is. Because people don't want to tell the government when they've gone to a restaurant. They don't want to report to the state where they're going. You know, we're old-fashioned that way, I guess. We haven't really accepted the level of well, conditioning that other peoples have. So far, so good with no new cases. Victoria has recorded no new cases in the past 24 hours after receiving more than 21,900 test results 2 days after the case was identified. This morning, Acting Premier James Merlino said that 115 close contacts linked to the man had been identified, and 67 of those people had already returned negative test results. He said the remaining results were due back within 36 hours, and it was good that the source of the man's infection had been confirmed. That's a good thing, because we're not chasing an unknown source, he said. He said all of the 115 close contacts were isolating. The broad message today is so far so good, he said. 12 exposure sites have been identified in Melbourne, including a CBD restaurant, grocery store, convenience store in Epping, 2 train stations that they believe to have taken people from the football to the MCG on Friday. There have been no locally acquired cases of coronavirus in Victoria for 76 days. And here are the exposure sites, everyone. Packed Retail Accessories, Woolworths Epping, India Gate Spices and Groceries in Epping, Curry Value Indian Restaurant and Bar in Melbourne CBD, Packed Retail Accessories, Back Warehouse, 7-Eleven Epping, train station, which left Curryburn, train service left Flinders Street, Curryburn Railway Station, Southern Cross Station, and Flinders Street Station. It's interesting to see, whenever they come out with all these exposure sites, just how exciting the life of the person that got it. I know mine would be very, very boring. 7-Eleven Bunnings, 7-Eleven Bunnings, 7-Eleven Bunnings. So, what are the solutions to this, everyone? What's the things to consider? Well, we need to... Has it disappeared from the dialogue at all to even ask if the lockdowns interventions were worth it? That's just another consideration. No one seems to be discussing that at all. But I'm sure these Victorian businesses wouldn't mind at all paying their $1,600 fines. So thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. If you're a fan of the channel and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, sign up for SelfWealth or Stake, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you with the next episode.